In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your audio correctly so you can hear your work in Pro Tools. So what we'll want to do is check to make sure our audio output on our computer is set up correctly. So I'm on a Macintosh computer, so I'm going to go to my Apple menu and System Preferences. And I'm going to go to Sound. And you'll see there's a Sound Effects tab, an Output, and an Input. The input can be anything you want. Right now it's connected to my Duet 2 USB. I could also set it to be external or MacBook Pro, any one of these if you happen to have an external microphone connected in, or if you just want to use your built-in microphone on your actual computer. So, and what you see will depend on what else you have connected. You may only see this or two things here. And then for the output, you want to select, you'll see a few things. You might see MacBook Pro speakers, and that's it. You'll probably see Pro Tools Aggregate. This is actually an external display port. This is my audio interface, this Duet USB 2. If you have headphones connected to your computer, you would use the external headphones, and I actually highly suggest this when you're working in Pro Tools. Certainly you can use the MacBook Pro speakers if you don't have headphones connected. You just won't hear a lot of the low sounds coming through those little speakers on the MacBook Pro. So if you can, select external speakers to hear sound in Pro Tools. And then you can close this up. And now we're going to start Pro Tools. I've noticed that sometimes this takes a while to load, so just be patient here. It takes some time to scan all the different plugins. Just let it go through this process. So next I'll just create a session. And now I'm in my mix window, and I want to go under Setup and Playback Engine. So again, when I get to this window, I'm going to go to the Setup menu and then Playback Engine and click on this. And I want to make sure that this matches whatever my Mac is. So this is set right now to external headphones. So this should be all set up correctly now. If it's not, you can click on here and make sure it's the same as what you're using on your computer. For instance, if you're using the MacBook Pro speakers, then I would click on this. So I'll just do that, and then it would change it. Now you might get a message like this saying that selecting this playback engine will automatically save and close your project. The project will be reopened when you are done changing settings. Are you sure you want to proceed? And so if you are changing, then in fact, do that. I've noticed that sometimes the project doesn't reopen, and I actually physically need to go and reopen that project. So I'm going to just set it to external headphones the way it's set up. Whoops. So, and I suggest optimizing the engine for playback for now. Because that's what we're going to be doing primarily in the class. So hit OK. And then to check to make sure that this is working, I'm just going to add a new stereo MIDI instrument track. I will load in a multi-channel instrument, Expand 2. So now if I click, I should hear a sound in here. And sure enough, my audio is working. So there. So just making sure that under Playback Engine, that this matches whatever your input is under your system preferences. So these should be the same in terms of the output, and then you should be good to go. Occasionally, when I'm working and I want to share what I'm doing with somebody else over Zoom, I can do that by going all the way down here and clicking on Zoom. And then Pro Tools will need to go through its, rebooting, reloading the file. I have found that just by setting this to Zoom device and then hitting OK and reloading the session, that works fine. That I don't need to go back into the system preferences to adjust that. So hope you find this helpful.